Hey guys, it's Brad from B&T Catfishing. Today we're going to discuss leader lines and the theory behind them. Hey guys, first we're going to discuss the types of leader lines out there. And you basically have three. One of them could be a steel leader. And while people do use these for catfish, they're also used heavily, these wire type leaders, for fish with more teeth or sharper teeth than generally your catfish. Now, your catfish do have teeth, and they can be sharp, and they can cut you, and so on and so forth. But they're not as strong or as sharp or as many as some of the other fish out there. So a lot of people choose nowadays for catfishing to go with the monofilament or a fluorocarbon type line as their leader. And the monofilament is cheaper, it's less expensive, but the fluorocarbon can withstand a little bit more of abuse without taking a lot of nicks and cuts and stuff like that. So it holds up a little bit better than that monofilament line is. And so that's a preference on your part. They both do a wonderful job. I go with the monofilament and it works just fine. So let's get into the theory behind leader lines and what they're all about. For instance, right here, I have a Carolina rig on this particular rod right here, and it has a slip no roll type sinker on it, and I have some beads there to protect the knot as that slips down, where it is tied to now a barrel swivel. All right, from the barrel swivel down, there's nothing down there until I get to my hook. Now, if I'm running a Santee Cooper rig, then obviously my weight needs to be fixed down here, and then I'm going to have my float down here by my hook. All right. Now, in this particular rig here setup, what I have here is about a 65-pound test line, braided line down here, going to my barrel swivel. All right. And then I have a monofilament line down here. And this is about 50 pounds test line right here of monofilament. So it is less than my main line. Now, the reason behind that is if I am fishing in an area where structure is, there's a lot of rocks, there's a lot of trees and branches down in the water and things like that, I'm more likely to get hung up in that type of area. If I get hooked up and snagged in something, this being of less tensile strength than my main line, if I break off, it's probably going to be from this barrel swivel point down. So I lose my hook and this leader line, and then I keep the rest of my rig, everything up from that barrel swivel. All right, by having this leader line being less weight or less strength, pound test, than my main line. There you go. So that is one theory on how you should, choose your leader line on the area in which you're going to be fishing. Now, let's say I'm in open water, I'm less likely to get snagged up in something out there and so on and so forth, and I'm fishing for those big catfish out there. Again, remember, they do have sharp teeth. So what we're going to do now is we're going to step up. Let's say I'm running the 65 main line. I may now step up to an 80-pound test monofilament or fluorocarbon line. The reason for that, I'm not so worried about snagging now or getting hooked up on anything other than a fish. And that fish, okay, hopefully it's a big one, and but now we have the monofilament line that's can stand more abuse than the lighter line. So if I'm going through sand and a little bit of pea gravel and things like that on the bottom, or now dealing with those catfish's teeth, we now have that thicker line on there, that 80-pound test that we're using to deal with that. And that usually is going to take care of things. That is your theory behind which way you should go with your leader line versus your main line. Do I go lighter? Do I go heavy? And what's the reason behind it? Well, the reason behind it is the structure you're fishing. Again, if you're going to get into an area that has a lot of down trees, let's say you're going for those flatheads and things like that, and you have a lot of down trees, you have debris, you got a log jam area that you're fishing in, then you may want that leader line to be less of a pound test than your main line. Okay, so that's what you want in that scenario. Again, you fish in the open waters or an area with not a lot of debris, then you can go ahead and hook your main line up where you have a greater pound test line of leader line on it versus your main line. Guys, I hope that helps explain the theories behind and the principles behind leader lines and which one you should apply in which scenario. Guys, tight lines out there. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon.